I've always used photography lenses for most of my filmmaking career. So when Sirui reached out and asked if I was interested in checking out their new IronStar Anamorphic lens, I decided to go out and shoot a short spec shot entirely on this lens to see how it looks. What do you do when you're stuck? There are moments where inspiration finds you, and times where it's nowhere to be found. Many of my projects were inspired from music. When I'm looking for inspiration, I can trust Musicbed to find the highest quality music. If I had to sum up the characteristics of the lens, it's clinical while still retaining the filmic anamorphic look, which is honestly what I like about them. Sometimes lenses can get a bit too out of hand with the character, and it can become distracting or overdone, to the point where it no longer adds to the video. I really like how this lens adds just enough character to a boring frame while still remaining clean, which in my opinion allows it to be a more versatile lens. These lenses cover full frame sensors with a 1.5x squeeze at T1.9. I have the 60mm focal length with the neutral flare, but it does also come with the blue flare. Personally, I find having the neutral flare makes more sense as it matches the color of the light source. Normally 60mm is pretty tight, but with the 1.5 squeeze, you're getting a 40mm horizontal equivalent, which is close to the natural human eye perspective. This lens comes with a PL or EF mount, so for Sony users, you'll need a PL to E mount adapter. There's one thing I want to talk about, which is using IBIS with this lens. This spec was shot on the Sony FX3, and I did set the IBIS manually to match the 60mm focal length, but we still found that there was some crazy warping jello effect. And I realize now that you shouldn't have IBIS turned on since the distortion from the squeeze will throw off the IBIS. Normally on larger cinema camera setups, because they're so heavy to begin with, they have no need for IBIS. The lens itself is pretty big compared to a typical 24-70, but if you rig out the camera, it surprisingly feels pretty balanced, sitting at 2.2 pounds. It has a 92mm filter thread, so you'll need a large ND filter or a matte box. As for the focus rings, they are smooth and it has a 270-degree focus throw. Now I want to take a moment and talk about music. And if you're a filmmaker, you've probably heard about Musicbed. While yes, I made a spec ad, Musicbed did reach out and asked if I was interested in using their platform. Personally, I found Musicbed to have some of the highest quality music for your films. They have music that I would actually listen to on Spotify. And with their new AI search feature, it's something that I've used to find copyrighted music that is similar, that matches the same energy. And it's honestly such a powerful tool to find the perfect song for your project. Music really does act as a source of inspiration for many of my projects. And if you're interested, you can click on the link below to sign up and get 14 days free trial and download 3 songs for free. These lenses are currently on sale for $1,000, but after they will retail for $1,200, which honestly isn't too shabby for an anamorphic cine lens. They do have a bunch of other deals and sales, and if you're buying a combo, they'll throw in a bunch of small items like a case. These lenses also come in a 35 and 45mm focal length, and they do plan on adding a 75, 100, and 135mm focal length. For my first anamorphic lens, it's a really solid one, and I do see myself using this lens on more of my projects. If you enjoyed this video, why not check out my New York City is Beautiful video and compare the characteristics of a photography lens and an anamorphic one.